Managing conflict and finding solutions is a critical skill to have at the workplace, whatever your role is. This is even more so important when you're looking to change old ways of working. We've always done it this way, is the standard pushback that you get. And I'm sure some of you have seen this in your roles. Welcome to another Thursday video series where I share examples for you to use at work to make your messaging sticky. I heard about this incident in a recent conversation for our show Star Reeves, where we talk with women CFOs to learn about their journey. Sonal Shrivastava was in one of our shows and she talked about this situation. In one of her stints, she wanted to change the way the organization was looking at credit. The authority to sanction credit limit to customers was vested with the sales team, which in her view was a conflict of interest. I mean, you're selling credit, but the organization had not seen it that way for more than 15 years. So there you have a newcomer coming in who's going and saying this has to change. So there was a lot of pushback saying, no, we've been doing this like this for 15 years and it's worked. But it hadn't worked really. They had a huge receivable and a bad debt problem. So Sonal says, let me start talking to some of the sales heads to change the credit team setup. So she goes and meets the Chennai sales head, who was supposed to be a very strong-headed person. She says, let's go and change it. And he says, no, that's an extra head count. And we're not willing to change anything that we've been doing for a long time. So Sonal goes back to him and says, yes, that's an extra head count, but a little bit extra spent now means it'll get more than paid back as we recover the money so that we don't have to, bother about chasing these bad debts. So they argued to and fro and it kept going like this. He didn't agree. Sonal didn't agree. And at one point of time, they had spent 1.5 hours and there was stalemate. So Sonal says, okay, listen, let's do one thing. Let's experiment for 2 months. Let's see where it gets us. And if it doesn't work, we'll pull it back. And if it works, we'll see how we can improve it. Please share your feedback. And to that, he couldn't say no. And he also sort of started realizing that she was not impinging on his area. She was not trying to use anything to work against him. It was really going to help him organize his business better and then maybe his career too. So they tried it for 2 months and it turned out to be a great success. So he comes back after 2 months and he says, can we put more people in? Can we also extend this to the north and the east so that we are actually covering our entire region? Sonal said, yes, of course. And on reflection, Sonal also realized that how important it is to understand the mind of the person sitting in front of you. What are their apprehensions, especially when you come about bringing a change to a system that's worked for a long time? And more importantly, how do you find a solution for that by focusing on the small wins? For me, it's a great example of moving towards finding a solution in a conflict situation instead of just asserting one's will and authority to no result. Have you faced similar such situations at your workplace? And what did you do to resolve it? Do share in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.